I think because I was a mama and
Yeah.
there was part of me that didn't want to say anything that I didn't want them to say,
Mhm.
but it was also, I just don't, I think that way. I love blue comics and I'm big fans of, I love Amy Schumer, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm drawing a blank, but I don't mind that. I think I love that. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't come from me. That's not how I write.
In
Didn't
your
feel honest
everyday
to where you
life, do
were.
you use language?
No,
You don't?
no. And I projected that onto my children. And let me tell you, my little mom and daddy would never say anything ugly. And they would always say, my great grandmother, we called Big Mama and she was tiny, but they would say, oh, Big Mom would say, oh, you don't need to use that kind of language. I just remember everybody, they were my people were kind of superstitious. It was like Methodist, country Methodist that, don't
I'm Methodist too.
wait, forgiveness, Jenny, it was about forgiveness.
But it's like, hey, you're fine. You're good.
You're fine. You're fine. But it was like, don't say ugly words. And there was no alcohol.
Oh, no, that didn't work in my household.
I say the same thing to my little fuckers. When they're not, when they're not all fucked up on booze, I'll tell my daughters, I'd say, what the fuck? You're acting like a couple little bitches. But
you two pieces of shit.
Actually, my kids, I think in response to me, are more like you, because the way to rebel against me, especially one of my daughters, is she never curses. She's never had a drink. And it's like, and I've done it all. This, I look at me. This doesn't. I'm
actually
30.
28 years old.
I'm 30, but whatever.
Well, Danny, I've done it all, honey. And I think I've done it all. And I made horrible decisions in the 80s. When I tell you I made out with all the Jewish boys at the University of Tennessee, I did. Jewish, Italian. I mean, I was out smoking in a club, honey, making horrible decisions, horrible. And I guess by the time I had children, I just didn't want them to be going down the road and having a horrible memory like I did in vehicles. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just.
I'm sure those Jewish men said the same about you. They said, "Look, I found the woman who would most piss off my booby." Like this is going to get back at my mom when I showed this tall blonde haired Southerner. It's like, what better revenge? I wish I met you then. I could have really stuck it to my mom.